Hello, guys. Welcome to this presentation. My name is Benson, and I'm going to be presenting today about manufacturing ERP system. I'm presenting from Technovari, and maybe just in case you're wondering about the company, I would like to refer you to our website, whereby you can go to technovari.co.ke. And from here, you'll be in a position to access all the details about our company and what we do. But basically, maybe in a nutshell, I can take you through what we do and just to enlighten you about the services that we provide. So basically, we are a technology service provider company based in Kenya. We are based in Nairobi. But nevertheless, that is not really limited to the service area where we provide our services, because we do consulting in the whole of East Africa. So we do consulting in various areas to do with website development. You can go to our services in terms of domain registration, website development, social media marketing. We also do data analytics consulting, and then also we develop web and mobile applications for different clients. Also, we have solutions that we have developed in-house solutions. Some of them are in partnership with some of the leading companies, tech companies. And the one which I would like to take you through tonight, or rather in this presentation, is Tech ERP system. It's an ERP system that will be in a position to automate the whole of the business process of manufacturing industry. And this has been requested by quite a number of people who are in the manufacturing sector, and that is the reason why I would like to kind of present that particular solution tonight, only for manufacturing. Maybe later I can focus on the other sectors to do with maybe education. Also talk about hospital management, talk about the distributors, or rather distribution and retail models and all that. So maybe in a nutshell, let me just quickly highlight the features of Tech ERP system. And this system is a cloud-based system whereby you are able to run your business in the cloud. And that is the technology of today, because we are looking at businesses moving from the premise systems to on cloud systems in a matter of a fact that they will be in a position to operate from multiple branches, and even the managers or the key decision makers within the business are in a position to access and get the data of what is going on within the business on a click of a button from wherever they are. So, in fact, within this particular system, I'll be in a position to show you how it is accessible using your mobile phone, and you'll be in a position to access it from wherever you are, depending on the setups that we are going to do for you. So currently we are talking about Tech ERP system being the next generation business information system that helps you to grow your business with. It comes packed with powerful modular design and all essential aspects of the business. So it is the most complete, versatile, and powerful application designed for both simplicity and power. And you can clearly see the key features that we are talking about here. It comes powered with a full financial accounting module, whereby you'll be in a position to get a real-time view of your cash flow. Then also you'll have full-fledged accounting module covering every aspect of your bookkeeping. So basically, for the companies that has got a full accounting department, this is a system that is going to empower your department in terms of decision making, and in terms of making sure that everything that all the aspects of accounts have been covered. Then also we are looking at the CRM part. In this CRM part, this way you'll be in a position to win and retain more customers by optimizing the sales process. You'll be in a position to track leads and then opportunities, and then you'll be in a position to send quotes on the go. So here we are talking about a full module that enables your company to do online marketing and integrate the online marketing campaigns with the system in a way that you're able to track leads and opportunities every day. It's very, very powerful, and actually, for the companies that we have implemented this module for them, has helped them very much in terms of making sure that they are able to convert more and more customers, or rather leads, into customers. Then another key module that is very, very key is what we call the stock and inventory management module. So here you'll be in a position to take complete control of your order processing, restocking, and real-time inventory management across the entire supply chain. So here it will help you in terms of managing all your stocks and inventory, and it will have what we call metrics in terms of making sure it's able to uh, tell you in terms of the stock levels. Maybe if you're able to set what we call the minimum stock levels, and automatically the system to alert you when a particular product goes below the minimum stock level, then this system will be in a position to serve you on that particular purpose. Then we are talking about a point of sale system. These are revolutionary POS that is uniquely tailored to your business needs. So you'll be in a position to accept payments from all your customers on the go in a matter of few seconds. And the beauty about this particular POS is that we are able to create what we call a POS profile for each and every person who will be allowed to access the POS. So in particular, it means each and every person will have their own username and password for them to be able to access the POS. And it means the moment when somebody opens their own profile and they do sales, then automatically by the end of the day, the system will be demanding the amount of money that they have sold items for. So basically, it's a very unique and very secure way of making sure that your staff are handling customers at the point of sale. And then also you will not be in a position to lose money basing on the fact that majority of the systems only allow customers to share the POS access. And so at some point or the other, businesses tend to lose money at that particular point. So the other key thing is purchasing module. Here you'll be able to procure the raw materials or and even manage suppliers. You'll be able to automate key transactions and understand spending from anywhere within this cloud-based system. So it will help you in terms of managing all your suppliers, and even you'll be able to maintain what we call supplier profile for each and every supplier. So from there, you have sales and order processing module. Here you'll be able to get a solution that streamlines your leads generation. It will also help you build relationships and reduce data entries. So here we are talking about automating what we call the routine tasks within the business. And so you'll be in a position to achieve what we call 100% of customer satisfaction. We shall be in a position to see that the moment when we are doing the demo for the system. I'm able to do the demo today. Then we have a full HR and payroll processing module. Here you'll be able to do recruitment and management of your employees and their attendance. You'll be in a position to track their leaves and expenses, and also handle what we call staff onboarding, training, and appraisals. So also, at the same point, you'll be in a position to process payroll painlessly with configurable salary structures and personalized pay slips. The other part is a manufacturing module. Here, you'll be able to eliminate non-productive tasks by automating them, minimizing efficiencies and improve productivity, and then also obliterate bottlenecks and optimize production operations. So, this is the key module that we shall be covering for the demo today. Then we shall be also talking about warehousing. The system will help you to manage, or rather, to manage multiple warehousing within the business. So here you can maintain the raw materials warehouse, the finished goods warehouse, the goods in process warehouse, and everything. So you'll be in a position to track the stock, or rather the movement of your goods from each and every warehouse to the other on a click of a button. The other one also, it comes with the full asset management module. Here you'll be able to painlessly manage asset management and maintenance from purchase of the asset to perishment. So here you are talking about IT equipment, manufacturing equipment. You'll be able to manage the assets and their movement, value adjustment, and even depreciations of the assets. The other key thing is project management. For the companies that deal with project management, you'll be able to break down your complex project into easily manageable tasks and subtasks. Then also you'll be able to prioritize these tasks and assign them to particular staff members who are supposed to be taking these particular tasks. And from the dashboard of the project management, you'll be in a position to see how far each and every task has managed to be achieved. So you'll be in a position to do a quick follow up of each and every task that is of priority, and it means your team will be more productive rather than just having a tool, or rather staying without a tool of project management. The other key thing also, this system comes packed with a very vast marketing module, whereby it will be able to enrich your marketing campaigns with all the inclusive marketing automation tools that combines email marketing. We are talking about the CRM itself, the analytics to enhance your outreach and multiply your conversations. So you are also in a position to track all kinds of campaigns that you have. Either you are running a Google campaign, you are running a Facebook campaign, and all that. All these campaigns, you are able to integrate them within this particular system, and you'll be in a position to see how each and every campaign uptake has been. So basically, these are a system to help you empower your business. And just in case if you're interested, maybe for a special demo on any of those particular modules that I've gone through, you can just come here to our website and just fill in your details here, your email address, then your phone number, your website, and maybe you can just give us a very simple highlight of your company, what you do. And then once you click and send us the message, we shall be in a position to receive that message, and we shall arrange to have a demo with you. And we shall be very much happy to automate and help your company achieve its objective and its goals. So quickly, let me just run to the manufacturing demo, which we have prepared and set up within the cloud. So here we are talking about, you're welcome to Tech ERP Manufacturing System Demo. Very quick guide on how to access the system. This is usually a very basic guide, which we usually set up for each and every company in the just to guide them in terms of how to use the system, especially at the login page. But also we give our support details in terms of if you really need support, you can just call us, or you can write us an email, support@technovalley.co.ke, and we shall be in a position to help you. So from here, just click on the login button at the top, and it should take you to the login page where you'll be in a position to log in. Let me just log in using the admin account, so that I'm able to access all the parts of the system that are required. And from there, you'll be in a position to see what we call the main dashboard. Here we have managed to kind of the setup to kind of set up the system in a way that it only shows the modules that are really important, which are related to the manufacturing business. So, in this particular sense, we are talking about the accounting module. This is a main accounting module, which is very, very core for each and every business. So, regardless whether it is manufacturing, whether it is a hospital, whether it is a distributor, whichever business that you have, accounting module is core. And then we have the asset management module. Also, this is another core module because each and every business has got its own assets. Then we are having the buying module. This is the purchasing module, in which we shall be doing the purchases of the items that have been set within the system. Then we have the selling module. This is the module that we shall be using to do sales of the items that will be produced. Then we have the stock management module. This is the module that we shall be using to manage the stock and to view any kind of changes of the stock inventories and all that. Then at the end of it all, we have the manufacturing module, which is the core module that we are doing the demo today. So that from there, the moment when you're interacting with the manufacturing module, you'll be in a position to see the changes happen in all the other modules. So the manufacturing module comes packed with all kinds of the features that are usually required within the manufacturing environment. And quickly, I would like to take you through this particular part. Here we are talking about the items. You can be able to access all the items that has been set for manufacturing, all the raw materials that have been set for manufacturing within this particular module. In this particular case here, we shall be talking about a case of manufacturing of tomato paste, and I'll be in a position to take you through what we call the BOM, uh, the demo BOM that we shall be using, or the bill of materials. So from here, you are able to access all the items that have been set. You'll be in a position to access all the bill of materials set up within the system. Then for the work orders, you'll be in a position to access them here. Then production plan, you just click on there. Then if you want to view the forecasting of the production, that is the production that has been planned throughout the month or throughout the week, you will be in a position to view it there. Then also we have the work order summary. Then we have the BOM stock report, the production planning report, and then we have the main dashboard for the manufacturing. So from there also we shall be in a position to access the various reports. So we are talking about the work order report, the production plan report, stock entry reports, job cards. Then also we have the downtime entry for the machines. Then we shall be in a position to view reports that are related to bill of materials, that is the items, bill of materials, workstations, operations, and routing. Then we shall be in a position to view the production planning report in detailed, work order summary, the quality inspection summary, downtime. So there is a lot that you'll be in a position to view in this particular system. Um, then we also have what we call BOM update tool. This is a tool that will help you to update the current BOM to if there is any changes in terms of production formulas of some of these products, you're able to come and update the current BOM that is being used for the production of that particular item using this tool here. So currently the system is very blank, because if you go to each and every module, you'll be in a position to see there's nothing that is indicated there, and this is because there is no any transaction that has happened within this particular system. But as we continue, I would like you to be very keen. If I go to accounting module, then I go to accounting dashboard. From here, you'll be in a position to see that everything is 00. That is the total outgoing bills, the total incoming bills, total incoming payment, and total outgoing payment. Even what we are talking about, profit and loss, it's Kenya shillings 00. So it means basically nothing has happened within this particular system, no transactions so far. And this is a very clear, a very good clean slate to start off the system, so that you're able to experience how each and everything is changing as we continue. So I would like to take you a case scenario first. Let me just go to my PowerPoint presentation. And in this particular case, let us go quickly on the manufacturing ERP demo, the production process. And here we shall be talking about the product to produce. We are talking about tomato paste. That is a case study of 100 pieces by 50 grams. This is one carton of tomato paste that has got 100 pieces of 50 grams sachets. And the whole process that is used is the whole process that is used for the production is, first of all, you start by producing one batch of 1000 kgs or 1000 liters of the tomato paste. Then the second process is you pack the tomato paste, or rather you now um, pack them into 50-gram sachets of the tomato paste. And then from there, the third process is you pack now the 25 pieces of the 50 grams, the ones which you have produced at level 2, into one inner carton. So we are talking about 25 pieces of these 50 grams into one inner carton. And then now from there, you repack now the 4 pieces of the 25 pieces, the inner cartons, into one outer carton. So it means at the end of it, or one outer carton will have 4 times 25 pieces, which is 100 pieces of the 50 grams. So in this particular case, we can look at the whole of this production in two levels. One, we are talking about what we call multi-level BOM, a case of that is one case of multi-level BOM, in which level one we shall be talking about production of 1000 kgs batch. And in this particular level, we shall be talking about heating and mixing as the operation process. Then from there, we shall go to level two, whereby it is now sealing the tomato paste into 50 gram sachets. So here, the production process is at the sealer machine, and this is the sealing process. Then level three, we shall be talking about packaging the 50 grams into 25 pieces inner cartons and into and packaging the four inner cartons into one outer carton. So that is now the packaging process. So that is what we call multi-level BOM. So in level one, we are going to produce 1000 kgs of tomato paste. So these are the items that are required for the production of tomato paste of 1000 kgs, or rather, this is the BOM, or what we call the production formula or formulation. So we shall require a salt of 10 kgs, then we shall require CMC of 1 kg, acetic acid of 1.5 kgs, pausive of 0.2 kgs, caramel of 0.3 kgs, subate of 3 kgs, then xanthangum of 0.7 kgs, paste of 220 kgs, starch of 75 kgs, and benzoate of 4 kgs. Then also we shall need clean water of 700 liters or 700 kgs. Then at that particular level one, we shall be having operation cost, that is mixing and heating labor. So here we are taking a case scenario whereby four persons are involved in the whole of this process, and they are working for consecutive 3 hours to produce these 1000 kgs. And then also we shall be taking care of electricity cost of for the 3 hours. Then operation station at this level is heating and mixing machine. So going to level two, here we shall be producing one sachet of 50 grams. So here we are talking about 1000 kgs batch. Normally produces 250 cartons of 100 pieces each. So it produces 250 times 100 pieces, that is 25,000 pieces of 50 grams each. So it means one 50 grams pieces consumes 1,000 to 25,000, 1,000 over 25,000, that is 0.04 kgs of the 1,000 kilograms batch. And ultimately, the moment when you do such kind of calculations, you realize that within the system, this is very negligible compared to 1 ton of the batch. So it becomes extremely hard for you to quantify this particular figure. So it means we shall be just taking the production of the 250 cartons from this 1000 batch as the production quantities. I'll show you how to do that within the BOM. Then operation cost at this level is sealing labor, two workers working for 4 hours. And then we also have electricity cost for 4 hours. Then operation station is at sealing machine. Then we have level three. This is where we have the packaging of one outer carton. So in this particular level, we shall need 100 pieces by 50 grams outer carton, that is one. Then 100 pieces of 50 grams tomato paste sachets, which have already been sealed. Then four pieces of the 25 pieces inner carton, and then one piece of 100 by 50 outer carton. So operation cost at this level is only packaging labor, which involves four people working for 5 hours. So the other key thing also, we have option two. And option two, this is whereby we are simplifying the BOM in a way that we are able to map the whole of that process into one single production and combine everything, regardless of the level, into one single BOM. And this one usually happens when you do not have like very much coordinated teams within the production environment. You only need to kind of track the movement of the raw materials and make sure that the finished goods they match what is in the BOM. So here we shall map the whole production process in one simplified BOM with two options: one with operations included and the other one without operations included. I always like presenting with operations included because majority of the manufacturing companies, they always like to see what is the total cost of the production, with inclusive of the operations of the people who have been involved in the whole of that process. So this is the one which I'm going to base my presentation on, and automatically, where we do not want to include the operation cost, it means the operation cost will go to part of salary and wages expenses, which will be calculated within the profit and loss. So ultimately, in that case, it means the operations will not be included as part of the operation cost of the production. And in that particular case, it's usually very dangerous because sometimes you may find that the operation cost may be quite high. And if it's not really factored in the production process, you may end up selling some items at a loss. So it's always good to try your best and make sure that the operation cost has been factored and mapped into the operations process. So I would like to stop there for the explanation of the case study. And directly from there, I'm just going to go to the manufacturing module. And from here, let us look at the BOM that we have. Here we are talking about the production of tomato paste, 100 pieces by 50 grams. So let's look at this and see what is there. So this one, I've taken the case of the second option, whereby we are combining the whole of that process into one BOM and then mapping the operation cost. Maybe before I go here, let me quickly explain to you the operations and how we have mapped them. So if you come to this particular card of a bit of materials, here you'll see that we have managed to create the workstations. These are the workstations where each and every operations is happening. So here we have the heating machine. This is where the heating process is happening. We have the sachet sealer machine. This where the machine that is used for sealing the sachets. And then now we have the packaging, which is now the final process whereby the sachets that have been sealed are packaged into 25 and into 100 piece outer cartons. So from there, we have also managed to create the operations and mapped the operations within each and every workstation where it is happening. So here we are talking about heating and mixing operation, and this operation, it's happening in the heating machine, and sachet sealing, which is happening at the sachet sealer machine, and then packaging, which is happening at the packaging area within the industry. So maybe let me see for heating and mixing whether we manage to map all the operations. I think, let me see. Um, no, I think we shall be in a position to look at that when we are talking about the routing. So from there, we have routed all these operations into one single route. So let's look at this route of production of 50 grams production and packaging. So here we are talking about the heating and mixing process. It takes a maximum of 3 hours, that is 180 minutes. And operation cost comes to 360, depending on now the cost of the people who are involved in that particular process. Maybe talk about the electricity cost and everything. Then such a searing machine, also we are talking about 4 hours, that is 240 minutes. And then the cost here is 1260. Then packaging, we are talking about 5 hours, that is 300 minutes, and the cost here is 1335. But also, if you would like maybe to change the cost of, let's say, like the hourly rate, if you do recalculation and find that maybe hourly rate for the production of that particular process is 1200, then you're in a position to change that, and automatically the moment when you come here and the no, this should let me see. I'll be in a position to see where we can be able to update that. So set operating cost based on the BOM quantity. No, so once you're done with that, you're able to come and save this, and automatically it has updated the operation cost now from 360 to 3600. I think that is a mistake that actually I had made when I was keying in the details. So all right, now from the BOM, let's go back to the BOM. You can see that we have already managed to map um, the operations that we are talking about, and maybe let me come here and update the cost. So just in case, maybe if you wouldn't like to use the operations within this BOM, you can come here and untick this particular part. But at that particular point, if you are updating it, it means you have first of all to cancel this BOM, and so that you can be able to amend. The moment when you are amending now, that is a time when you can untick the operations so that these operations can be removed from the BOM. But as of now, we shall stick with the way it is, and we shall flow with it from the beginning to the end so that we are able to see what are the implications of that particular production. Now, before we do the production, there's one item that I would like us to do here. Maybe I can let me just come here and try to create a work order so that you're able to see what we are talking about. And in this work order, I would like to produce 250 cartons. So let me create this. And I know very well the moment when I try to do the saving of this work order, it won't accept to save because I don't know whether I have enough raw materials to produce the 250 pieces, but I would like to see if we have raw materials. Let me see. Let me try to submit this and see whether we have. Yeah, good enough. I think we already have enough raw materials to do the production. So maybe before we do this particular production, I would like us to go and check on the stock module. Let's go to the stock module and go to the stock ledger. In this stock ledger, you can see currently we do not have any stock entries within this stock ledger. So it means all the raw materials that are within the warehouse are still lying within the warehouse. And maybe I can come here and check on the stock balances. Let me see. Looks like still I don't have. Let me start to run this from, and I see whether. Okay, good. Seems we do not have actually stock within our warehouse. So it means when we are talking about this production of, when we are talking about this production of this particular BOM, or is that when we are talking about this work order, which has not yet started, the moment when we click on starting the work order, the work order, or rather the system, is going to automatically alert us and tell us that we do not have enough raw materials to do the production. And actually, from there, you are in a position to check from the manufacturing module, and then we go to what we call the BOM summary. Where is that? The BOM stock report. If I come here and pick the BOM that we want to produce, it's here. Then I pick the materials from the raw materials warehouse, and then I say that I would like to produce only one item, not even 250 pieces that are there within the BOM. only one item, you can see that all these items are highlighted in red. What does that mean? It means that we do not have stock for all these items. We do not have any item that can be used within the raw material to do that production. So, a very quick way of checking whether, let's say, we want to produce 250 pieces, what does it tell us? Uh, to produce 250 pieces, let me rebuild this. I will require 1.5 kgs of acetic acid, then bezoate 4 kgs, then caramel zero point 0.3 kgs, clean water 700 liters. But in stock currently, I have zero. So you can see we have 0000 from the top to bottom, and so it is enough. It is enough to build 00 of all these finished products. So what I would like us to do is, first of all, to go and buy the raw materials, so that we are able to have raw materials that we can use to do this particular production. Now, for the raw materials, we have set the system in a way that you are able to set what we call the minimum stock levels of the raw materials. And immediately, once a particular raw material has gone below the minimum stock level, it is going to alert you, the person who is in a position, or rather the the procurement officer or the purchasing manager, that there are these particular items that needs to be procured. So let's go and see, maybe, what are we talking about? Let me first of all check whether do we have any material requests that have been raised so far. Currently, no. So basically, it means the system has not yet launched the material request, which happens at the end of every day. So depending on the production plan that the production manager has planned to produce out throughout the week or throughout the day, the system will be in a position to generate the material request based on what needs to be purchased and their priority. So quickly, let me just come here and look at this particular BUM. I would like to open them in. I would like to open it in a different, maybe in a different tab, so that it's able to guide me what we need to purchase. Uh, Here we are talking about the BUM of production of tomato paste and what are the required raw materials. So in this particular buying module, what I would like to do is that I would like to initiate the purchase process. So I've already talked about whereby the system generates a material request, and then from there you are able to request for a quotation from your suppliers. Then once the supplier has sent you the quotation, you are able to key in the supplier quotation within the system. And at that level, automatically it means you'll be in a position to generate what we call a purchase order to the supplier. So one thing that I would like you to note here is that each and every supplier has got the items that they supply to you. So it means all these will happen concurrently, depending on how many suppliers are supplying to you the items or the raw materials. But for the sake of our demo, I would like us to use only one supplier who will be in a position to supply us all the items that we require for this particular production. So let's go to, first of all, I would like us to jump this particular step of raising a material request. And I would like to go directly to create what we call maybe supplier quotation. Or let's quickly create a request for quotation. And from here, maybe let me click on I add a request for quotation. And this particular item, I would like to say that they are required today. And this is the draft. And which supplier do we have here? I've already created demo supplier, and automatically the moment when you pick that supplier, then the contact details and the email ID, if it exists, will be picked there. So this is a very simple process. If you have multiple suppliers that can supply to you the same item, you can actually include them in this request, so that the system will automatically send to each supplier the request for quotation. And the moment when you receive the quotation from each supplier, you are able to key in the prices at which they will be supplied to you. And from there, you'll be in a position to do a quick analysis and see which is that supplier who is supplying to you at a better price, at more affordable price. So the system will do that for you actually. So for now, I'm just going to use only one single supplier, and I would like to be guided by the BOM in terms of the raw materials that are required. So in this particular case, I would like to add maybe multiple rows here so that I'm able to pick item by item. So quickly, let me go. We have salt, CMC, acetic acid. So here I would like to pick salt. Then here, let's put CMC. Then acetic acid. Then from there, we need pulsive, we need caramel sobate. So pulsive, caramel, sobate. Then from there, we need xanthan gum, paste, and starch. Xanthan gum. Then we need paste. Then starch. Then we shall need beeswater, clean water. Then from there, we shall also require what we call the packaging items: outer carton, inner carton, and then the tomato paste sachets. So here we need outer carton, we need inner carton, then we need the sachets itself. Sachets. Good. So let's key in the quantities that are required. So here I'll be guided by the BOM. So it means salt we need 10 kgs, but usually some of these items I would like us to key in quantities which would fit to produce like 5 different productions in a way that we don't have, whenever we are doing the testing of the system, we don't have like to purchase the raw materials again. So if salt we need 10 kgs, then it means we can purchase, actually we can come here and purchase 50 kgs. Good. CMC is required 1 kg, so here we can come and purchase 10 kgs. Then the other items, that is acetic acid, we need 1.5 kgs, so also we can come here and purchase maybe 10 kgs. Then we have pulsive, which we need 0.2 kgs. So if we purchase 5 kgs, it will be enough for more than 5 productions. Then we are talking about caramel 0.3. So this one we can actually purchase like 8 kgs or 9 kgs. Then sobate 3 kgs. So let's quickly come here to caramel. We purchase 8 kgs. Then sobate, it's required 3, so here we can purchase 15. All right, xanthan gum 0.7, the paste 220, and the other one 75. So xanthan gum, maybe we can put 10 kgs. Paste is required 220 kgs, so actually there we can purchase around 1.5 tons. 1500. The other one, starch is required 75 kgs, so we can actually purchase 500 kgs, half a ton. Then we have beeswater 4 kgs, then clean water 700 liters. So for beeswater, we can purchase 20 kgs. Then clean water 700 liters, we can actually come and purchase 5,000 liters. So for the packaging materials, for the outer carton, we need 250 pieces. Inner cartons, we need 1,000 pieces. And then tomato sachets, we need 25,000. So here, for outer cartons, I would like us to purchase 250 times 5, maybe 1,500 pieces. 1,500 pieces. Then okay, then we go to inner carton 1,000. So they can purchase 10,000. Then sachets 25,000. So we can actually purchase 100,000. All right. And so once you are done with the quantities that you like to purchase, now you can come here and actually write an email directly to your supplier. Put the salutation, the subject, the email template. You can actually pick from the set email templates within the system. Then the terms and conditions of supplying the particular items, if you have terms and conditions and all that. So for now, let me just click on save and submit this. Okay, so let me pick that I don't want to send email so that it doesn't send email. Then I can click on submit and then yes. So from there, you'll be in a position to see the supplier quotation that you have raised from the system. And basically, that is like the quotation that you have sent. So I would like to come here and maybe transform this supplier quotation into a supplier quotation. So I would like to create this supplier quotation. And the moment when you have transformed that request for quotation into a supplier quotation, this one, I'm kind of assuming now it's the time when the supplier have sent you a quotation of the items that you have requested for, and they have already quoted the prices within that quotation. So all what you're supposed to do is to come now and key in the rate at which the supplier is going to supply to you, so that you're able to know what will be the total cost. Now, something that the system does for you quickly is that it picks the latest prices that that particular supplier had supplied to you and feeds in within the rate. So if maybe let's say for an item like salt, the last time that we purchased was Kenya shillings 18 bob per kg. And if that price has not really changed from the supplier quotation, you don't really have to edit it. So you are only going to edit the particular item where you see that the price has changed. And this one helps very much in terms of updating even the cost of the BOM in a way that you'll be in a position to produce now using the new costs that you have purchased the raw material with. So quickly be keen very, very much on that. So here I would like to assume that there is no any changes of the price that has occurred from the supplier. So I'm just going to uh, uh, submit this particular supplier quotation. Now, quickly, the moment when we are setting up the products, for the products that are vertable, we have already included the 16% VAT. So the moment when you are keying in the supplier quotation, automatically that quotation will calculate for you the total amount of tax that will be taxed for that particular items. So even the supplier himself will have indicated the items that are vertable and the ones which are not vertable. So from there, if the supplier has given you terms and conditions of payment in that quotation, you can actually include them there. Or if you have already agreed with the supplier on terms and conditions, then it means automatically that will have already been saved as a template. So you can actually come and submit this. And once you are done with that, you just click on submit, and automatically the system will have created for you that supplier quotation. You can actually view it once you click on. I would like to show from there Once you click on the supplier quotation, you'll be in a position to see that supplier quotation that has been generated for you. Now, the other thing that you are able to do from here is just to automatically turn that supplier quotation into a purchase order. And the purchase order is the one which you sent, or rather you sent to the supplier so that they are able to supply the items. So if you are happy with the prices that has been quoted by the supplier, then you just go ahead and transform that supplier quotation into a purchase order. So in this purchase order, what you are supposed to indicate to the supplier is by when do you need the items to be delivered. So maybe I can pick the items to be delivered today, that is on 19th. And if you are going to apply what we call tax withholding amount, you can tick there. But if you are not going to do that, you can leave it. Then from there, it has already fed the details of the date which the items needs to be delivered to a warehouse. And then again, it has indicated the items that are all missing in the warehouse, they are highlighted in red. So currently, as we were in a position to see from the BOM stock report, all these items are not there in the warehouse. So that's the reason why they are indicated in red. So I would like to come here and just pick on maybe the what we call the or is it the payment terms for this particular supplier, depending if you had already agreed with them on payment terms. Like for this demo supplier, we have indicated that we had agreed with them to be paid 30 days after supplies have been received in our warehouse. So that means it's a 30-day 100% invoice to be paid within those 30 days. So currently, let me just click on save so that I'm able to submit this purchase order. And then I click on submit. And yes, I've done that. So quickly, something that I would like to highlight here. Immediately once you have generated the purchase order, the system automatically changes that particular item to receive and bill. This means you need to receive the items so that the supplier can bill the items so that you are able to pay them. Otherwise, if the items have not yet been received in your warehouse, there is no way you are going to bill for those particular items, and there is no way the accounting department are going to pay for that particular supply. So again, if you like to do direct communication to your supplier once you have already generated this purchase order, you can just come here and initiate a new email communication to your supplier. You can see that it has already picked the demo supplier, then put the email address of that particular supplier, then type the email itself, and then you can automatically set that purchase order. Something that is very key here also is that you can actually send yourself a read receipt. That means the moment when the supplier reads that email, you'll be alerted within your system that your supplier has read the email and they are aware of there are some items that you are expecting from them. You can also attach a print document, that is the purchase order itself, within that particular email. And then it means automatically the moment when the supplier receives that email, he will already have an attached uh, uh, what we call purchase order. So quickly let me not set this particular email. So you can initiate it either at the bottom part, or you can actually come here and click on email. You can also send an SMS. That is, if you have integrated the system with an SMS gateway, in a way that you are just going to alert the supplier that there is a purchase order that we have sent to your email. Just check on that. So it's a very integrated way of communicating to your supplier and customers in a very easy way without actually getting out of the system. On a click of a button, you're able to alert each and every person or each and every company that you are interacting with on what you need them to action on. So from there, I'm just going to assume that now this particular supplier has supplied the items and you'd like to receive the items in your warehouse. So I'm just going to transform this purchase order into a purchase receipt. So I just create a purchase receipt, and now here you are able to capture the delivery note from the supplier for the items that have been delivered. You'll be in a position to pick the accepted warehouse. This is where the warehouse where the raw materials will be delivered to. And if there are some items that will be rejected amongst the items that the supplier have supplied, now you can actually direct them to the rejected warehouse so that you're able to raise what we call a purchase return thereafter, and raise a credit note. So so in this case, I would like to assume that all the items that have been delivered have been accepted, all of them. But just in case if there are some items that have been delivered and some of them are expired or are not in good order, they are already damaged, you're able to come and actually reject some items here. So I would like to assume maybe something like paste that we had requested for 1.5 tons. If let's say 100 kgs of it is damaged or it's already expired, then it means I can come here and reject 100 kgs of it. So it means I will not be billed for the total of 1.5 tons or 1500 kgs. So for now, let me just assume that everything has been received in the right order. So I'm just going to finalize on this particular purchase receipt. And once I submit it, and now you'll be in a position to see the total difference of the stock within the warehouse. So let me click on submit this item. Yes. Yeah, and automatically the moment when I've submitted it, you can see now the status changes to bill. It means the items have already been received in our warehouse. We are only waiting for the supplier to send us an invoice so that we are able to create that invoice within the system. And the system will be waiting to pay now the supplier. Good. If I come here to the stock dashboard now, let me see whether it has already updated the data in the warehouses of the raw materials and packaging items warehouse. Yeah, you can see now we are talking about the packaging materials warehouse. We have received goods worth 504,500 Kenya shillings. And then in the raw materials warehouse, we have received goods worth 460,600 Kenya shillings. So automatically, you are able actually to come now and see on the stock ledger that was previously blank. You can see now we have received all these items into our warehouse. And actually, if you click on, you can see now all these items have been indicated in green. Green, it means it is an in quantity. It has moved into our warehouse. So out quantities are here, and they'll be indicated in red. So the balance quantities are here. So it calculates the in quantities less the out quantities, and then you get the balance. And actually, you are in a position to click on that material request movement, or rather that particular voucher that was used to enter that stock entry, and you'll be in a position to track when that stock entry was done. So quickly we shall be in a position to see that. And then maybe also if you'd like to look at the detailed dashboard of the stock module, now from here you'll be in a position to see the total active items and the total warehouses, and then the total stock value that we have, it's 965,000. So you'll be in a position also to see the distribution of the items within the various warehouses that are there. Then you'll be in a position to see the purchase receipts that has been received for the last ever since the beginning of the year. Then the delivery trends, the items that has been delivered into the warehouse, the oldest items within the warehouse, and items that are in shortage. So here you shall have summary of all the items that are below the expected stock levels. So it means without any kind of struggle, you are able to see exactly what is happening within your manufacturing plant, and directly you'll be in a position to take the necessary actions immediately once the system has alerted you. So quickly from there now, I think that's all what I have for the stock, but maybe we can go through the other parts of the stock module later. But I would like to come here within the manufacturing BOM. Let me come here, manufacturing module, and I would like to go back to the work order that we had raised. This particular work order, you can see still we have not yet started production because we had no raw materials within our warehouse. But look, if I click on this particular work order now, and I say that I would like to create the job cards, or rather, I would like to start now this production. If I click on yes, I would like to produce 250 pieces. Then I create the I start the process. So what it will do is that it is going to initiate what we call a new stock entry for the movement of the raw materials from the raw materials warehouse to work in progress warehouse, and then also it is going to initiate movement of materials from the packaging materials warehouse now to work in progress, or rather packaging workstation. So in this particular case, if there is any inspection of the raw materials that is required before they are moved to the work in progress, you can tick here and then you are able to map what we call an inspection template. So in this particular case, I would not like to pick a particular default source warehouse because we have multiple. We have the raw materials warehouse, then also we have the packaging material warehouse. So automatically, each and every product will be picked from its respective warehouse. But then the target warehouse will be now work in progress warehouse. So I've already mapped that when I was creating the BOM. So automatically that will be fed. Now look, here we are talking about the items. Now they are indicated in green, unlike the previous time when they were in red. So it means they are already available within the warehouse and we can go ahead and move these particular items to the work in progress warehouse. So it also indicates like the quantities that needs to be moved depending on the quantities that have been specified within that particular work order. So if let's say this particular work order was 500 pieces instead of 250 pieces, automatically this number will change into multiplied by 2. Let's see. Um, if I come here and save, okay, now, no. I didn't want to do the inspection first because I had not created that. So let me try to save now and submit. Okay, it's telling me material transferred for manufacturing 500 items cannot be greater than the planned quantity. So it means we can actually just move the 250 pieces the way they have been specified within the BOM. So let me just click on this and save. So in this particular case, it means now we have moved what we call the raw materials from the raw materials warehouse to work in progress warehouse. Then also we have moved the packaging materials from the packaging materials warehouse to work in progress warehouse. And you can see exactly the quantities that we are looking at. If you like to see this particular movement of the stock transfer document, you can actually look at it here. This is the one which will be used for moving the raw materials from the raw materials warehouse to the work in progress warehouse. So from there, it means now we are ready to start our production. And within that particular production, remember we talked about we have operations. So in this particular case, we are talking about the moment when we have generated this particular work order. If I click on this, it shows it is in progress. And if I click on it, it shows that automatically it has already generated 3 job cards. These 3 job cards are, what are they? Let's look at first of all 0 items produced, 200 items in progress. So the padding operations here, we are talking about heating and mixing operation. We are also looking at sachet sealing, and then we are also looking at packaging of the items. So here it has already generated three job cards for those particular operations, and each and every operations, it needs to be headed by a particular person. Let's say like in heating and mixing here, we can actually come here and allocate this particular operation to a particular person. Let's say the moment when actually it's being started, or rather even before it starts, I can come here and allocate this to a particular person. Let me first of all go back and show you these particular job cards. If you'd like to view them according to the calendar, the dates in which they are supposed to happen, you can see here we have the three job cards mapped to happen on this particular day. So in that particular case, if I would like to view them as Gantt chart, I can actually view them, all of them. But in this particular case, let's go to heating and mixing, and I would like to get started with this job. So the moment when I click on start the job, it will ask me the number of employees that are being involved in this, the whole of this process. So here, let me pick maybe the person to head this is Hassan. So I can pick that. If they are more than that, I can actually add all of them in that particular operations. And then once I'm done, I click on submit. Okay, let me see. What is that telling me? The starting time. Maybe I can actually create more, and then I can submit. Row one from time must be less than to time. Let's see. Okay. Oh, timing details. This is where I'm looking at. Now, I don't know why it's not actually picking this particular employee, but let me pick this. Maybe it will start right now, and then I'm expecting it to be done in 3 hours time. So I actually come and drag here to watch time. Yes. Okay, and from there I can come here and click on start. I don't know why it's not starting, but it should automatically. So another thing that you can actually put here, if the production will involve to have a certain batch number, you can actually put that batch number here. Or if it will have a serial number, the item to be produced will have a serial number, you can actually input the serial number here. Mhm. All right, let's see. If I click on this, now it should accept. Yeah. So it automatically, once I click on start, it shows that this job card has started. So the person who is involved in the whole of this process have already started working on or heating and mixing of the paste. So, and now this will continue counting until the time when they will stop. So we have two scenarios here. They can come and pause the job just in case, maybe example, if they have gone out for lunch, if the process have gone all the way to lunch hour and they have to break for lunch and maybe come back and continue later, you can come here and pause the job. So pausing the job, it means automatically it will stop counting the time, the operation time. And then once you're back, you can come here and click on resume the job. Why is that now? I don't know why this thing is not picking from which time. Okay, this one I'm supposed to remove because it's a duplicate. Okay, so I'm here to, you can say row 3, where is that? So I come here and row 2 from time must be less than time. What are we talking about? Yeah, it's already okay. So I try to submit these. So in this particular case, I would like to assume that it has taken maybe 48 seconds for that particular production. So the total completed quantity 00 must be equal to, okay, so here, the moment when I'm submitting, I must indicate the total quantities that are produced. Um, Total completed quantities. Let me first of all resume here. Okay, I don't know why it's misbehaving this way. From time must be less than to time. Okay. Here we are talking about, so if I click on here resume, well, I don't understand why. So maybe it has taken us 7 minutes, or maybe I can actually run it backwards on 18th. Mm, then I say 20, something to do it there. Yeah, so we are talking about maybe 135 minutes. And I know if I come here and resume job now, it should, oh, let me just click on completed quantities to be 250 here. And then I click on save and submit. So we are talking about um, heating and mixing. It has already happened. And let's see job cards, which we are talking about here. Okay, I can create a corrective job card. This one is supposed to be reading completed. Okay, I guess it should be okay. So from there, it's just a matter of going to the next job card. Let's talk about sachet sealing. And once you are ready with it, you just come here and click on start. Then you're able to select the employee who is involved in that. So you click on submit. Let me see what's going on here. Production. If I come here and assign this to Ali, it means that person is not accessible right now in the system. I'd like to start the job. Quality inspection. Okay, posting date. I think this is where the problem is. Yeah. So, and start. From time must be less than to time. Where is that thing? Time slots. Quality inspection batch. So I don't know why this one is not creating that slot for the time. Oh, okay, it's in draft format. Yeah, timing and details. It has brought this item now, so I am able to come here and pick the. So started on 18th. Let's say 2334, 2300, and it has added now. So you're able to calculate like the time when it's to now. And now you like to assume that it has produced 250. This should be 25,000. Yeah, it has indicated 97 minutes, and then I can click on submit. Okay. I understand. It should be 250 pieces. So from there, that one has indicated that it has completed. Then from here, I'm just running this particular because of the time slots that I have are very very small. So there's no way I can be able to run it for like 3 hours or something of that sort. So that's why I'm actually doing it manually. So I can come here and click on start. And actually, this the reason why it's overlapping, because I had initiated it on 18th and we are already on 19th. So maybe I can start the job and select the employee who will be involved in that, and then I click on submit. Yeah, that's where the problem is. So let me come here and select employee. And from there, I should be in a position to start the job. Oh, yeah, it has already created for. So I'd like to assume also it started on 23, yeah, 37, then to 19th at what time? Then I click on save, and quantities completed. Let me say it's 250 pieces. Then I click on submit. Yes. So again, also that one has completed. So basically, it means here we are talking about job cuts which have already completed. Let me see the reason why this one could not complete. Let me first of all cancel it so that I can be able to amend. Yes, amend this. Posting date, it should be today actually. That's the reason why it's having issues. Then I can see like everything else is okay. I click on submit. I don't know why it's still saying that it's open, but anyway, I think that's okay. So from there, um, I should be in a position to come here and check on the work order and then complete that work order. So this is the one which is indicating that it's in process, and you can see now we have said that heating and mixing has already finished, such as sealing is finished, and then also packaging is already finished. So it means the operations having finished all of them, you can come here and click on finish so that you're able to finish this particular production. So what will happen is that we shall be in a position to see here we have items up to number 14. But if I click on finish here and say that I've produced 250 outer cartons and packaged everything, then automatically it's going to initiate a new stock entry. And this stock entry, that means, is deducting all the raw materials from work in progress warehouse and creating the tomato paste finished product into finished goods warehouse. And this is indicated in color blue. The ones which are being deducted are indicated in color green. So from there, I can just go ahead and click on save and submit. And automatically from there, once I click on that, I'll be in a position now to create the tomato paste in now the finished goods warehouse. So that means if I come here and check on the stock ledger, if I come here and check on the stock ledger and recreate that report again, automatically I'll be in a position to see the raw materials that has been consumed for production. They indicated in red here. This is minus, minus, minus. And quickly from there, I'll be in a position to see what are the balances. So in this particular case, we are talking about having now deducted 25,000 pieces into the production. We were left with 75,000 pieces. So, and that is the case. So in this particular case, you'll be in a position to see all the movement of the raw materials and what are the current balances of the items that you have within your warehouse. So again, if I come here on stock balance report, the stock balance report, and maybe I would like to check on the warehouse. I would like to check from the in the finished goods warehouse, and I generate the report. Now it will indicate for me the only item that we have in the finished goods warehouse is tomato paste, 100 pieces by 50 grams, and we have 250 pieces, and these are the ones which have just been produced, and it can actually indicate it's in quantities as a result of production or manufacturing. So the other key thing also you are able to check also is the stock dashboard. Here you'll be in a position now to see that it has now added more items into the finished goods warehouse. The previously it had zero, but right now it has already created the 250 pieces of the value of 152,000. So in the production, you'll be in a position to see that currently there is no any active work order because we have already finished the production of the work order that had been set. And so it means now the production machines are ready to be allocated to other production processes. So one of the key things that I would like to highlight here is the work order summary, which we had already clicked before. No, not really work order, but BOM stock report. So if I pick this particular BOM and I pick the raw materials warehouse, and then I would like to, let's say, to produce another batch of 250. Let me see, do I have enough stock for the production of that particular item? So automatically it indicates, yes, I have enough stock for the production of another 250 pieces. But now inner cartons, outer carton, and tomato paste sachets indicate in red simply because they are not in raw materials warehouse, but they are in packaging materials warehouse. So if I was to pick now packaging material warehouse and produce the same, again now you can see these ones are indicated in green and all the rest are indicated in red. So basically that's how you're able to do estimation of the production depending on the raw materials that you have within the company. Now quickly, when it comes now to the selling module, we have already purchased the raw materials. We have already done the production using the manufacturing module. We have already viewed that the stock entries have been done well, depending on the production that has been done. Then it's now time to come and do a sale. So for you to do a sale of this particular item, um, depending on the items settings that we had set, you cannot sell from the finished goods warehouse. You have to sell from the main stores. So it means you need to initiate. Let me come here and create maybe a sales order. Let me just come here and create a sales order from a customer. In this case, let me add a sales order and pick a demo customer. I don't know whether I have a customer. Yeah, Kilimanjaro restaurant. Then delivery date, I'll pick it today, and then order type is sales, and then I wouldn't like to specify the set source warehouse because automatically that has been set per product. So what I do is I just come here and pick the item that I would like to sell, that 100 piece by 50 grams. So, and let's say I would like to sell 100 pieces of that. So the selling rate is 810. So automatically it calculates for me the total amount will be 81,000. Maybe the payment terms we had already picked to be 14 days after delivery of the items. So I think that is everything is okay. So I can come here and click on save. And let's see if I click on submit, what happens. Okay, this is a sales order, so it may not actually be in a position to alert us, but again it has already indicated here in red, so it means the items, the 100 pieces quantity that I would like to sell to this particular customer are not present in the current warehouse that I'm supposed to be selling from. So what I'll do is to come here and initiate a stock entry, or yeah, I can come here and initiate a stock entry, and stock entry type, this will be material transfer. From which warehouse? This is, we are moving the from finished goods warehouse to the stores. And then let's say I would like to move 100 tomato paste, 100 by 50 grams, and I would like to move 150 pieces because we produce 250. So if there is any additional cost in terms of movement of the such stock items, you can actually include it there. There could be something like transport cost, uh, or anything else that is involved in the movement of that those particular finished goods to the stores. So once I'm done with that, I just click on save, and then I click on submit. Yeah, and that has already been done. The movement of the stock have already been done from the finished goods warehouse to the main stores where now I'm able to come and sell from. So if I come here back and maybe I refresh this particular uh, sales order, yes, and I click on what update items, okay, update. Yeah, so if I come here and create what we call a delivery note, um, you can see now it has indicated in green because it means now this particular item it is available in that warehouse where it is being sold from. So from there, I would like to assume there is nothing that is changing. In the delivery note, you can give additional details to do with the transporter information. That is the transporter details, the driver number, the transport receipt number, the vehicle number that is being used to deliver, the driver's name. All that information, you can actually input it within this particular system. And once I'm done, I just click on save and submit. Yes. And from there, automatically I've already initiated the delivery note. And so this changes from uh, to deliver and bill to only to bill because the items have already been delivered. So I'm assuming the items have been accepted on the customer side. So all what I'm supposed to come and do is to generate an invoice to the customer once the goods have been delivered to his or her warehouse. So, guys, I think I would like to stop there because maybe before I stop, I would like to come and show you, let's say, the selling module, what has really changed from here. Good. It shows the expenses that are involved in the production, and then there is the net profit. Automatically, it has not really calculated it well because there are so many other factors that are involved. So that's why it's showing profit in terms of negative. But ideally, within the selling module, there are so many things that you can do in terms of uh, uh, doing the settings, the items and prices, changing the prices of the items, setting up customers, setting up settings for quotations, the sales orders, sales invoice, and all that. There's a lot that you can achieve with this software. So once I'm done with that, I would like to come here and click on accounting module so that I'm able to see the changes that have been effected. And maybe let me just click on the dashboard, accounting dashboard. So from here, you'll be in a position to see the total outgoing bills, total incoming bills, the total incoming payment, total outgoing payments, and all that. So clearly, you're in a position to see exactly what is changing as things as the system is being used, and ideally, that's the way the system works. You're able, each and every person who has got access to the particular dashboard, they are able to see everything on a touch of a button. So, guys, I would like to stop there. Not unless if there is any question, you can always reach out to me to bkanyi@technovari.co.ke. And the next time we shall be doing the demo, we shall be doing the demo for the distributor kind of a setup. And I would really appreciate if you're able to share with more people in terms of this particular presentation so that we are able to also help their businesses be able to function more efficiently and more effectively. So thank you very much for your time, and I wish you all the best in the kind of the businesses that you are doing. Most appreciated.